Hey, what's going on, guys? X here, and today we're taking a look at the San Diego Comic-Con 2017 exclusive NECA Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtle set. This is part 2 of this video where we're just going to be focusing on the villains. So from left to right, we have Shredder, we have Krang, and 2 of the foot soldiers. Now, this comes in a collector's case along with the other 4 turtles and many accessories. So we're going to take a look at the accessories with the villains at this moment. So for Shredder, obviously he comes with the 2 closed fists. You're also going to get a pair of these open hands, or so that he can hold the sword, which you can see right here, and some nice little paint on it. There's a little wrap here, and that can go in this hand quite easily, or it can go on the left, whichever one you prefer. He also comes with a communication device for Krang, and you can see that there's a nice little picture of Krang in there, and this is painted up really nicely as well. So you can see, you know, the pink, you can see a yellow and red button, you can see a little bit of black here, the silver, even on the back, you know, a lot of nice little detail. The paint really looks clean as well, for it being such a tiny thing, and that can also fit in the device, or the device can fit in the hand, so you can kind of look at it like that and put it in his hand, and you know, put it in a pose where it looks like he's actually talking to Krang. So I think that that's a really cool accessory there. You also have this, which is just some kind of canister here. I'm not exactly sure what this is supposed to be. Maybe it was from some cartoon episode, but yeah. So looks pretty good. Painted up. You also get, and in my set, you get 2 right hands where they're very similar. You can see that 2 fingers are closer together, and these 2 are more kind of like a peace sign. So I don't know if maybe one of these was supposed to be a right hand, but this is the way that it came in my package. So maybe this is correct. So it's kind of rare or weird that you gave me 2 hands that are very similar. So go ahead and move those along. For Krang, you get this little base here. I tried to put them on there. It seems that I guess this piece is molded a little bit over, so it's not fitting on there properly. And I try to keep on pushing down, but whenever you do that, you start to kind of bend these little blue things. You can see that little white there, how it started to kind of already kind of come apart. So that's something, because they're very movable, or they're flexible, I would say, to where they would end up eventually breaking off. Will you keep on trying to put them on there? But we're just going to put that to the side and put it back in its case. Take a look at Krang. A lot of nice detail here. You can see the teeth, you can see the tongue, the eyes in there painted. All this, even the sculpt work, looks really good. Hopefully it's all picking up on camera. But I think that this Krang looks great, like that. Now he also comes with this little chariot thing that we'll take a look at here in a second. But finishing up with the accessories, you get a little pistol here. I'm going to use this one for Krang because it will fit in one of his little hands when we put him in the chariot. You can see a lot of nice detail on this. All this is paint, every bit of it. So all the white is paint. You can see the silver on there, some of the gray with the black outline, the red at the end. So all that's paint, which looks really good. The other one, you have this rifle, and you can see again every bit of it paint. So the kind of like off-white, the gray, some of the silver here for the scope. You can see the red or pink there, the black. Everything looks really good, really nicely detailed. And the third, we have this gun, which we saw in the arcade video game, but looks, pretty cool. Again, every bit of it is painted, and you can see all those colors again. Now for the foot soldiers, you get 3 sets of hands. You get the closed fist, which you see right here. You get 2 sets of these kind of open hands here. So 1 for each foot soldier. You get a set of these. And then you also get a set for each foot soldier with these holding hands, so they can hold the weapons. So 3 sets of hands for each foot soldier. Alright, so the first one that I want to start off with, Krang and his little chariot here. If this will focus there. All right. And you can see that it's all painted this gray color. You can see that there's some nice black detail, silver detail going across here. These little wires onto the back. You can see some more red paint. Again, you know, all of this painted looks really great. And open it up, and you can see that there's some more of that paint detail on the inside as well. So now this usually doesn't stay up very well, but we don't need it to. To put Krang in here, he's not going to fit in there like, you know, like this, because he's got his little arms. So these are detachable. You can see little ball joints there. You can go ahead and take those off and slide him in there. And then you can plug these to the side. So it gives that impression that he's actually, you know, sticking his arms out there like they were, you know, never disconnected, which I think looks really cool. And this thing has some articulation on it. It can move back and forth that way, you know, bend the knee right here. And like I said, you can fit this little pistol, kind of just sets right there. But I think that's good enough. I'm gonna rest that up against the little chariot. Yeah, that's pretty good. So that's probably how I'll display Krang on my shelf. Next, going to get into you know, foot soldier here, and these guys look really good. First, I want to take a look at the all the little nice details of this guy. If we can focus this. All right, so you can see it really nice, clean foot symbol, no splatter paint or anything like that. You can see the black lines going back and forth, the bright yellow eyes. You can see kind of the two-tone on the back. You have that darker purple. We have the lighter purple here on the front. I think, you know, these little gauntlets here on the side, you know, they're really nicely done and detail the belt. And just everything about this is just kind of like the perfect foot soldier is what we wanted, you know, in the toy line. But as far as articulation goes, you know, the head obviously, you know, goes up and down, rotates however you need to, you know, move that. It's got this really nice ball joint in there. Then you have the arms, which go up and down. They rotate here as well. You have a bicep twist here. You have the elbow bend 90 degrees, and then you have the hand that rotates and will go, you know, left and right. And that's also the same on the alternate fist. You have the waist that rotates here. You have the legs going back and forth. This is kind of a soft rubbery plastic, so you can get the proper bend you need out of the leg. So back and forth, in and out. You have the thigh cut rotation here. Then you have the knee bending a little 180 there. Then you also have a boot cut where it can rotate. And then the foot, it doesn't necessarily go back and forth, but it's like on a little ball joint, so it can have a little bit of movement there. And then you have the toe that can flip up as well. And it's exactly the same on the other foot soldier, so no reason to really go over its articulation. And then we have kind of the main guy here. I like all four of them, but obviously Shredder is the main event. He looks really great. I only have one little issue with him, but it's one of those things that I think it's just my particular figure, so it probably won't be with yours. But I will go ahead and point that out to you, just in case you're having the same issues. But I like the, you know, going with the cloth cape instead of a plastic or a hard plastic cape. I think this is, you know, much better. And then just looking at all the details on him, you know, from the way that the mask is, you know, two different tones. You have the black outline. Also with the armor, you have the two different tones, you know, with the black outline and then the spikes. Same thing going down here with the shins. It looks really good. Take a better look at the face sculpt here. Eyes, other than like the turtles, the eyes are dead on. They look, you know, directly at you. I had some issues with my turtles, if you saw that review, but that's the way that I always wanted my Shredder to look. That's incredible. So you can see the little armor bits here. Again, this is kind of like a soft rubbery plastic, so they're not, you know, sharp or anything, so they will kind of bend back and forth. Even though this is an adult collectible, there's really no reason for them to, you know, be sharp, I guess you could say. So yeah, those will bend and stuff like that. So, and same thing here at the bottom. As far as articulation goes, The head, does rotate and goes kind of all the way around, however you need it to do. You do have the arms, which go in and out, and you see the shoulder pads just kind of move up because they are connected to the chest and not the arm here. So move those, rotate here. You can rotate the bicep however you need. Bend the elbow 90 degrees, pretty much the same as the foot soldiers. Rotate there, bend in and out. The waist does rotate here, and you do have the leg going back and forth. Again, this is kind of the soft rubbery plastic, so you can get that movement out of it. Thigh cut here, and then you have the knees going almost 180. Then you have the boot cut, and then you have the foot, same as foot soldier, kind of on a ball joint down here, kind of moving all around, and toe going up. Now, the one issue that I mentioned before on my shredder is, while this thigh cut, I got it to move, I tried my hardest to get this thigh cut to move, because as you can see in package, he comes with his knee kind of going in, and I tried everything to get this sucker to bend out to where I've broken figures before whenever they were supposed to move, but for some reason they did not, and I just kind of forced the issue, and I've broken them. And this being a $200 set, which is not available anymore, so therefore if I wanted to pick it up again, I'd probably pay quite a bit of money to replace my shredder. Him being probably the most expensive character, individually by himself on the secondary market, I'm not going to risk it. I'm going to leave the knee bowed like that. Fortunately, I have the boot cut here, so I can rotate this in. It won't just be like that. I can rotate this out and just kind of ignore it. It being black, it kind of doesn't stand out. So it's just one of those things to where, I know about it, but whenever it's on my shelf, you probably wouldn't even notice it if I didn't point it out. So anyways, that's a look at, the villain side, part B of this video. Now that I've finally got this review out of the way, I'm going to start with some Transformers and some Star Wars. So anyways, thanks a lot for watching, guys. Hopefully you enjoyed, and I'll talk to you later. Peace.